Our job is to broadcast it. Oh, we've got to go. We've got to lift off.
Yep, definitely do. So let me just see if there's a little change in this one. Because they had to finalize a couple of things. So let's just see what's gonna be happening. Alright. Okay, so nothing's changed.
No change.
No
it's
change.
Still exactly the same lineup.
Okay, so let's just start again. So Funny has gone out swinging with the Christoph Colombo, Kremlin, Venetia, Petro, Stalingrad, Maso, Shimikaze, Delny, and also a Delny combo. But it's good to see that NLP has brought out an interesting combo that we did not expect. And look, at the beginning, it was like the Ohio, and we saw depression. Well, I mean, like, wow, I was not expecting that. Oppression, Napoli, Marseille, Moscow, 2 Shermans, and a Yu Yangs. Ian, what's going on?
Okay, over at NLP, there's a bit of shuffling. Looks like we've got the Yi Yang, or one of the Yi Yangs, heading over to the Delta Cap, along with the Moskva. Hold on. They're sending the bulk of their fleet to Delta.
Yes.
So they're doing a hard push on Delta. You've got the Yi Yang under engine boost, along with the Napoli, and the Ohio are heading out to the Alpha Cap.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, like, I will just say this up front, folks, that I was actually a bit intrigued with the Funny's movement here. Look at this. The Maso and Delny have engine boost and blitzkrieg their way through to C cap straight away, and also to Delny at D cap, with a Petro right behind them in the middle, supporting both caps with radar in range. Now, that's actually pretty smart, but wait. The NLP have actually fired up with the Moscow radar and actually can see what's going on here.
They've caught that Delany totally unawares now.
Yep.
He's going to get focus fired on.
Yep.
Okay, the Perusian now is actually turning out, and looks like he's going to head over to the Alpha Cap as well.
Yep.
So they're putting both of their battleships on one side and leaving the Marcel, which is under engine boost, the 2 Forest Shermans, and a Yi Yang. And they're going to take on a Delany. And that's all that's over there from Funny.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
This is an interesting strategy.
Yeah, it is. It actually kind of reminds me of a different clan that we were up against at one point. I can remember it at the top of my head. Was like something that Repoy had done in the past. But I have to say that when I looked at this one right now, it's actually very interesting to see how all the teams are playing this out. Because, like, look at this. Venetia and Shimikaze have captured B. Yu Yang has a team for NLP have taken, Alpha, which is good to see, with the Napoli and Ohio supporting behind that. But Preston is actually, I'm looking at the Preston's in the middle of the map. What's his gameplay?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember the range on the Parisian's guns.
Wasn't it about like 23 clicks or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So he's just opened up on the Funny's Delany.
Well, look at that. This the Funny's Delany is actually getting smashed at the moment. Focus fired on by 4 ships: Marseille, Yu Yang, Shermans, the 2 Shermans, and damn.
Wow, there goes Funny's first DD in the game.
Yeah, Funny has lost the DD, and it's actually interesting to see the 910 line has been used very solidly hard push over this way. So it looks like an interesting push is going to happen for all the team members over that side. I wonder if the Power Shermans are going to do a hard push with the Yu Yang and the Marseille towards D now, because the Christoph Colombo and the Delny on Funny is actually very vulnerable right now at this point.
But we've seen that a lot over this weekend. A lot of ships pushing down the 1 line or the 10 line.
There's double radar going on from both NLP right now, and they're literally hammering and focus firing. Look at that focusing firing right now. That is impressive to see that focusing fire right now.
On the Funny's Delaney, yeah, and he's under engine boost as well. Yeah. So, just a quick recap. The D cap is still uncontested at this stage.
Yeah.
Both Funny have secured the Bravo cap and the Charlie cap, whereas NLP has secured the Alpha cap, and they seem to be kiting away.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Delny just got taken out by the Forrest Sherman. That is unreal, because like if you had 2 Forrest Shermans literally with their shells spamming out like the way they are, they got an incredible reload, and now they're focusing fire on the Christoph Colombo.
Yeah, if I remember, the Sherman reload is about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, so they're pumping out those shells. And you just don't stand a chance. If you're a DD up against 2 Shermans, there's only one thing you can do.
Run.
Drop your smoke. Well, 3 things. If you've got torpedoes, drop your torpedoes so they're defensive for you.
Yeah.
Drop your smoke and hit your engine boost and get out of there.
Well, that's very true. I mean, like, at the moment, with the poor Christoph Colombo, so... yeah, it's just unreal though. Seeing what's going on though. But I've just been informed by Zarya Mob saying that that they are not allowed to change their lineup after restart. So there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Well, unfortunately, that they're will they be penalised? That's up to the agitators and the referees to decide. So let's see what's happening at the moment. There's not a lot really going on. Both sides are playing at a semi. What would you say? A semi-defensive position. They're not really pushing. You've got the Shimakaze down near the cap here from Funny. He's making a bit of a push on the Yi Yang at the A cap.
Yeah.
But again, the Shimakaze has been spotted. Now hold on. I'm going to zoom in and just see this Yi Yang from NLP. Oh, he's gone, and he wore a torpedo. That was well done by the Shimakaze.
Yeah.
From Funny to nice wide spread on his torps. He popped his smoke, and that's paid dividends for him. Now, this could be interesting. Will one hit the Ohio? Or has the Ohio?
No, he's taking one torp.
Yeah, a torp hit the Ohio from the Shimakaze as well.
The Kremlin is actually firing a long range on the Ohio, by the looks of it at this stage. But there's a lot of torps being hitting on the Petro, on the Funny team, and actually this is incredible. Seeing that the Forrest Shermans... He's gone. But look at this. The Forrest Shermans over here in the 8-9 line right now, they're using smoke, they're working together closely side by side. Marseille is using a support mechanism, shooting at long range on the Christoph Colombo. But with that going on, there's a lot of action happening with the Stalingrad being pushed very far back, but anything could happen with this Prescian and Kremlin battle in the middle here. Looks like the Maso is actually flanking the Prescian, but I don't think his torps will catch up with that Prescian in time, because like there's a possibility we could see a ram here.
Well, possible, and like you said, the the Colombo and the Stalingrad from Funny are kiting away. They're pretty much on the border. They're both nearly on the J line. So they've pushed them right out of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Here they are. They're reversing back at the moment. The Kremlin is actually reversing back for Funny, and actually he's bowed in to the Prussian, and the Prussian is probably going to deliberately ram itself on this. Yeah, it's definitely a ram here.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Yep, that's a good try. That was a strategic move.
Yeah, that's very true. And
he was pretty much out of it anyway because he used broadside to the Venetia. So to strategically take out another battleship is a good maneuver.
Yeah.
Now we've got a bit of a play here on the Marceau and from Funny, and the Moskva from NLP.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's actually interesting to see how that's going on there. It's good to see that the Marseille is actually using his rear end and actually just fighting and doing the best he can to get away from the
Well,
Yang.
hold on. There goes Funny's Marceau
and the Moskva. Yeah.
NLP's Moskva bit the dust to torpedoes.
Yeah, that's a trade-off there, back to back there. That's interesting. But look at
this. And it's a better trade-off for Funny. They may have lost a DD, but NLP lost a cruiser, and that's a radar cruiser.
Yeah, but at the moment, the Shimakaze is holding its ground on A against the Napoli and the Ohio, but he can't stay there forever. Even though they got 3 caps for Funny at this point in time in the game, they're losing a cap now in C, thanks to Yu Yang is capturing it from the NLP team. But it's interesting like that. Look at this. The Forest Shermans are going at it on this that Stalingrad.
Yep, he is just being pounded with AP. And it's not just the Shermans. The Yu Yang has now opened up on him as well. And as well as the Marcel has opened up on him as well. And he's just about... And there he goes.
I thought it was SAP rounds actually from the Forest Sherman, isn't it?
No, they were HE rounds, high explosive rounds.
That's true. That's true.
That's
interesting.
Because that's all you use on a Sherman.
Yeah.
That it's got a high fire chance for starting a fire, and you just spam them. And if you've got 2 Shermans there, you're just going to keep the ship on fire, which is a good maneuver.
Look at this right now. The Shermans are actually going at it on this Crystal Colombo. It's like literally just hammering it. Bang, 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 bang.
So it looks like both the Shermans again using HE.
Yeah, the funny thing about it, I don't see them use the torps at all.
No, and then you've got the Marcel, which is when he opens up, he is using AP.
Wait a minute, I take that back. The Shore Shermans did fire their torps, but the Crystal Colombo dodged them.
Yes, unfortunately, I actually have a Forest Sherman and I love it. But torp-wise, you've got a small area in which you can release your torps, and that's almost directly on the bow.
Yeah.
So you've got to be spot on with your torps. And there goes the Colombo. So now you, unfortunately, Funny is in a really bad situation now. They've got the Venetia and the Shimakaze.
Yes.
So now, the Forest Shermans, if they hit their speed boost, and if one of them heads over towards, say, the Bravo cap, which they don't really need to do because they're way ahead on points. So basically, they can just pound that Shimakaze. He's not going to be able to withstand a lot of firepower from the Shermans.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Venetia just got hit nice and hard. So, yeah, it will be all over shortly, unfortunately.
That is actually very true, unfortunately, at this stage. But it's actually interesting to see how both teams have played it out this so far. But yeah, it's a very well received win on both teams at this point in the match.
Yes. Excuse me.
But
Yeah, NLP played it safe from the start. I think that was their strategy. Played safe.
oh, there goes the funny
Oh,
DD
that's it.
right there.
Two of them at once.
So there you go, folks. I mean, like, NLP have taken the lead and have won that match very well, convincingly, right there. But that is a big salute to those people over there. Well done, guys. Well done. And I have to say that that was a very interesting match. Well played.
It was. The strategy from both sides was really good. Unfortunately, NLP just wanted that win